Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of Chilled Relax Plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try our best. So today is a sad video. Today is like a almost angry video, but we're not going to be angry. So I moved most of my pothos and philodendrons out of this room. This room right now just has my Hoyas and my climbing philodendrons because I don't want the cats to mess with these plants. Everything else is pretty easy, low maintenance, you know, cats don't mess with it, animals, kids, nobody really messes with it. So they're out in my sunroom now. And we're having somebody stay with us, which is fine. They're staying in the sunroom. And the lights were set for like, I don't know, like 16 hours. It was a little less than 16, more than 12, less than 16, somewhere in there. I can't remember. And the heat was on, but it's been warming up, so the heat got turned down, and my boyfriend adjusted the lights so that like they're not waking the person up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. And he put it down to like 8 hours, which normally wouldn't be an issue, but he did it right after I had given everybody a really good soaking, watering. And yeah, so now a lot of my plants are rotting in there. I don't really feel like I can get in there as much because someone is staying with us. I want to give them some space. And I'm kind of pissed. I'm kind of really pissed off about it. It's like, just don't touch my shit. You know, that's how I feel. Anyway, I grabbed I have 7 of them in here because I'm going to try to rehab them. These are, I think, like the worst. Some of them are kind of like relatively expensive, like for me, like not hundreds of dollars, but you know, like $40 for a node, like that's a lot of money. So we're gonna just try. I already cleaned off all the dead leaves. If I can remember, I'll take a picture of the pile of dead leaves that are in my sunroom. And yeah, so we're just gonna see what we can do with these guys. Some of them I think I'm just going to leave like how they are and let them like figure themselves out. Some I have to cut because it's like actually rotting. There's more, but I just grabbed 7. And yeah, so this is what can happen if you give your plants a good watering and then decrease the light and the heat source. So be warned. Alright, so the first plant I'm going to show you is my Epipremnum aureum or pinatum. Epipremnum, the skeleton key. As you can see, we lost a lot of leaves. We have 1 leaf left. That's from the end of the vine. We got 1 over here, 1 over here. Now, I just want you to note how wrinkled the stem looks. And that's a sign that water's not getting in. Which is a sign of either really underwatering a plant or overwatering a plant to the point where the roots have rotted. I gave all of these plants like a really good watering, so I know that it's root rot due to the, you know, circumstances that happened to my plants. So I think for this one I'm just going to leave it and see what happens because it's overwhelming me to have to try to node propagate these, and I just don't want to do it. So we're just gonna see what happens with this guy. Worst case scenario, I order another one, whatever, and I'll use my boyfriend's money because you did it. But yeah, so we have the skeleton key, really wrinkled stem. It is pushing out new growth right here. I don't know if that's like in an attempt to like save itself, but maybe if that branch or leaf grows out more, I'll cut that and kind of start from there, but we're gonna just let her relax. The next one I'm going to show you is my philodendron cream splash. This one I don't think is that bad. We did lose like a lot of leaves on this base stem right here, and it does look a little shriveled, but it's held on to a lot of these leaves. Like these leaves are still okay. I mean, look at how pretty that leaf is. So I think the plant just went into a little shock. I don't think all of the roots in this guy is that bad. This is also going to be one that I just leave, but it was like a fuller pot and now we're looking like this. So we're gonna see what happens with her. Again, it's another one I can get relatively easy. All right, the next plant I'm gonna show you is I'm gonna leave alone. It's okay. It did drop a lot of its leaves. That is my philodendron micans. But the stems on this guy are nice and plump still, so it's okay. So for this plant, it sacrificed all of its leaves to try to get rid of that excess moisture, which is fine. And again, I'm gonna leave this one alone. I'm gonna try to see if the nodes will reactivate. I feel like they could. I think I've seen it on my other hanging micans where a node just like reactivated itself and set out another branch. So that's what we're gonna do with this guy. So this guy's not like a sad story. It's just like a lost all of its leaves kind of story. But yeah, so as long as the stems are still plump, the plant has water. It's been able to excrete the extra water through sacrificing leaves, so it's okay. All right, a plant I'm more annoyed about is my Scindapsus Silver Hero. We lost all of the leaves on this vine. I did already pin it down to try to like maybe help it root and grow more branches. The stem is still plump, so I think the plant will like adapt and be okay, but it did again sacrifice a bunch of leaves in order to deal with the excess moisture. And we still have 2 leaves. They're a little curled. We're just gonna keep an eye on it. I'm probably not gonna water anybody for like another week. The reason I saw all of this happening is because I was like, all right, I'm gonna get better with like watering every like 10 days. So I went in, you know, it's about 10 days since the last time I watered them. So I went out there to go like check everything, and I brought watering cans. I was like, all right, I'm ready. And I noticed that the rot had happened. And yeah, and then, you know, the boyfriend's like, oh, just so you know, I changed the time on the lights and I lowered the heat, you know, because the person's staying with us. And I'm like, you killed my plants. Anyway, Silver Hero, we're going to leave her alone. I think she'll be okay. All right, the next plant I'm going to show you is, I don't know what happened, but this is my Epiprenum Panatum variegated. We're down to 1 leaf, 1 sad leaf. Like, this leaf doesn't feel good. We're probably going to lose it. And it rotted right here because I had originally like pinned it around, and you know, as you can see, like just to also, you know, just to make it look fuller and stuff like that. And it ended up rotting this section. So I'm going to cut it. This plant I'm going to cut. Where are my scissors? Yeah, this plant I'm going to cut right here and try to root that up. I'm going to cut off this rotted part, and we're going to leave the stem in there, see what happens. It might grow back. Epiprenums tend to be a little more hardy. There looks like there might be a low growth point by my finger. I don't know if you can see that, but kind of right there where the light spot is new growth point pushing out. So I think I'll get this plant back. It's just going to take a while. And we're going to try to, this is so flimsy, I don't even know if it's going to last, but we'll try to root it. We have a node here, and we have another node right here. So the next plant I'm going to show you is my Epiprenum Cebu Blue. Again, I'm going to leave her in here. I think she's okay. I don't know, some of the stems are wrinkly, but again, Epiprenum tend to be more hardy and resilient. We lost a lot of leaves, obviously, as you can see. Some parts of the stem just like rotted out, and I don't know, I just don't have the energy to deal with that right now. So we're just wrapping it around itself, and we're going to see what lives. I also have another pot of this, so it's not a big deal. The plants that I don't have extras of is kind of more of like, you know, like what the hell, but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna just see what happens with this guy. Alright, the next plant I'm the most annoyed about, we just dropped another leaf, is my Philodendron variegated Hericium. Look how pretty that was. Look how pretty that was. Gone. And this is what the top of the pot looks like, and this is the vine. And there is hope. The bottom part has still lived, but all of this had just died off. So we're gonna cut her back and try to root her. I think this node down here is not gonna do good, but we have this node right here as well. We'll cut underneath because maybe that node will come back. Yeah, so we just cut it. I don't think this is gonna do anything. I mean, I'll just wrap it around itself and see, but I don't think this is coming back. But who knows, right? Maybe it'll be a zombie plant, come back from the dead. And then we have this piece. I'm gonna just dump in water and try to reroot that. These little aerial roots have dried up, but we'll see. All right, so these are the plants that we cut to try to save: the Epipremnum pinnatum, variegated, and the Philodendron heteroecium variegated. It is pushing out a new leaf, so hey, maybe it'll be okay. Look how pretty that vine is. It's such a pretty plant. Look at the leaves. This plant I'll be annoyed at if it doesn't make it. I think it will. It's a pretty hardy plant. And I originally started it off as a little cutting. I think it was a one node cutting for like 37 bucks or something like that, 40 bucks. And I grew it into this nice long vine, and I was like, ooh, in the spring I'm gonna cut you up and make you a fuller plant. We never got to that, but we have this piece at least. So yeah, there's other plants out there that are not doing well. My neon philodendron, I'm pretty sure, has been completely rotted. I'm gonna have to cut the ends of that. A lot of my pothos, my white and green variety pothos, died back a lot, but they're okay. They'll grow back. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't grab the neon pothos, but I know I have to cut that one. Yeah, the green variegated, the green non-variegated, just the green heteroecium philodendron did okay. Hasn't shown any signs of rot. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on it for the next week or two. I'm not gonna water anything for another week, and we'll just see how everything goes. So I guess stay tuned for an update. Hopefully it'll be a happy one where everything bounces back and it's beautiful. Or maybe it'll be a, hey, I'm restarting my my little collection of philodendron pothos again. So stay tuned. And until next time, relax, plant, peace out.